angry black girl and her monster. How did this story all come about? Because this is a really fresh take on a classic story.
Yeah, I mean, came from the literature, man. I read it for the first time when I was in right after high school, and it just really resonated with me. So, and I just knew I needed to do something with it. So, like, that's where it started, and then mixed with my experiences with my older sisters, like, it kind of all came to fruition.
And, some people could call this like a hood classic, but it's so much more than that, right? There's so much going on that's contemporary with our times.
Mhm.
And the performances you got out of the cast are just simply amazing. So, how did the casting process for this all come about, especially the lead actress?
Oh well, I mean, Leia just came in and killed it on the on the audition. She really just brought the heat to the point where I was like, this she's the girl, you know. And then as we moved on through the through production and even post production, she just delivered upon delivery of just her toolkit is so deep, such an incredible actress. The other ones like they came in and auditioned and they were also smacking it out of the park. Like Riley, for Aisha, she was fantastic. Denzel kept just pulling layer after layer of onions on this, you know what I mean? And then Keith came in and just it's really right. Like, oh, and Amani as Jada, like, she was just phenomenal. I mean, she came up with mouthing the alphabet for it. Like she came
Oh,
up with
wow.
that, like instinct, because she just is incredible actress. And it's like Chad Coleman, you don't gotta audition him. You already know he's gonna be great. So like, I guess so that was and he came in just like, and Ellis for Jerome, like everyone just I couldn't be happy. I couldn't be happier.
And you got a lot of people backing you up with this project, right? I mean, you got RLJE Films, you got All Black, you got Sutter. I mean, this has to feel incredible with all these people kind of behind you on this project as well. How does that feel?
Oh no, it feels great. I mean, they're really championing it and fighting and beating the war drums to get this film seen. It's like in a lot of theaters. It's like so. I couldn't be happier. They've been fantastic over there. It's like they're just so great with Mark and man, I couldn't be in better hands.
And you know what? When I was watching this, it kind of had like a 90s vibe to it, kind of like a Candyman almost, or like Death by Temptation. It kind of had that 90s feel. So, did any of those kind of vibes or time films kind of inspire your take on this as well?
Oh yeah, no, Tales from the Hood was a huge influence
Yeah.
for this. It's like that movie scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. So, so yeah, there's that. Yeah.
And, when you were directing this, was there anything like difficult or what was it that blew you away when you were directing this at the time?
I think like just all the pieces coming together so fabulously, whether it was my DP Daphne doing incredible work or my, PD coming in and really going to town on these on the interiors and her lab and costuming being awesome, which I think people kind of overlook. My sound guy and Grant, doing the sound and Nemo with music, and then even like the power of the actors in these scenes, like it was just seeing all these pieces kind of just really come in and show themselves, and I really appreciated that. Like as I was watching, I was like, man, everyone involved is just being incredible.
Right, and the set design on this was incredible as well. So how was that like collaborating on the set design pieces for this?
Yeah, I mean, Mark Bankins, our production designer, he really just went to fucking town on it. Like he like the level of detail and that he gave to this was just phenomenal. It was just phenomenal. Like from the color palette of the stuff to the attention to detail, like all those things were just man, I would just like show up and everything would be wonderful, so
Right, and this is a Frankenstein movie, so I have to ask you, what are some of your favorite takes on Frankenstein in cinema?
I mean, really, it was for me with this was it was literally just the literature, man. Like that was my it sounds cliche, but that's my favorite take. Like, it's like it's a book. It's so potent. It's so good and it's so incredible. Like and I knew when I read it, I was like, if I can capture like 2% of this, I feel like I'll be in a good spot.
And, what are you looking forward to the most of audiences or critics or journalism taken away from the angry black girl and her monster?
I just hope that they have a great theater experience on June 9th, and they go out and see it. And I hope they laugh. I hope they get a little scared. I hope they get, grossed out. You know? I hope it makes them think, and I hope that they leave the theater with thoughts, and I hope it's like it gives them some emotions. I mean, it's like I hope it rocks their emotions. It goes on a ride for them.
So, Bomani, what is next for you after this, if you can share that?
Yeah, I got a fantasy script that's in my back pocket right now that I'm ready for, and it's the best way I could describe it is Juice meets Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
So
yeah.
so it's like I'm ready for it, so I'm sitting there with it, and it's like I'm ready for that. That's what I want my next project to be. That's what it will be.
All right, man. Congratulations on the film and great talking to you, and hope nothing but the best for you.
Thank you, man. Yeah, y'all, June 9th, go see it in theaters, and thank you so much for having me on.